In today's video, we're going to learn how to play the Crunluath Mach. Stay tuned.
Well, hello everybody, I'm Matt Willis Bagpiper, and on this channel I make videos to make you a stronger and more competent piper. If you like this kind of content, please think about giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. I also teach Skype and online lessons if you want more personalized instruction, but more on that later. Continuing this series on piobaireachd embellishments, the embellishments of the Kielmore, the big music of the pipes, today we have the crowning movement of the crowning movement. Yes, the Crunluath Mach. This is, it's a beefy guy, and interestingly enough, it only occurs on 3 notes. You'll only run into Crunluath Machs on B's, C's, and D's. That's it. You're not going to see them on E's, you're not going to see them on high A's, just those 3 notes. And this is one of the reasons many piobaireachd don't have them. Typically, if a piobaireachd doesn't have roughly 50% or more of the theme notes being B's, C's, or D's, you won't run into an Mach variation, simply because the rest of the notes you'd be playing a standard Crunluath. So if fewer than 50% of the notes are not B, C, or D, then you're largely just playing the Crunluath variation yet again. When it comes to a Mach, I don't know what it means. I'm sure somebody does. If you do, comment below. Let us all know. The rhythm of the ornament flips. The last note is the long note, and in the case of a Crunluath, that is an E. So while in a standard Crunluath, we do a G grace note to the theme note, hold that, and then do a Crunluath to a quick E before then doing a G grace note back to the next theme note. In a Crunluath Mach, instead, we're going to do a G grace note to the theme note and then immediately roll into a grip or a D throw, depending, and then do an open dre to a long E. And what do I mean by an open dre? Whatever note you're starting with in a C Crunluath Mach, that's going to be a C, you're going to do the same E and F grace notes you do in a standard dre, but instead of going to an A between them, we'll stay on that C. If you're doing a B Crunluath Mach, the open dre is going to be an E and an F on a B, again instead of the A. And then on the D, it's actually going to be an E and an F grace note on a D. So we're kind of having a tripling of the theme note, if you will, when we're playing this. It'll all make more sense as we start going through the document here.
In the description below, there's a link to the PDF document we have here, so go ahead, print that out, put it on a tablet, have it in front of you so you can follow along.
So as I've done previously with both the dre and the standard Crunluath, we're going to go through the Crunluath Machs, all 3 of them that occur, and we're going to be varying up the rhythm. We're going to start with it slow and open, then we're going to both point and snap the individual notes of the Crunluath Mach to get them better controlled under our fingers before we finally start speeding it up to get it more closely resembling the ornament in question. And in the bottom line of each of these exercises, you can see what the Crunluath Mach can look like. It's often going to look like that, but you'll run into it looking like that sometimes. Or perhaps the most common is this one. That's an abbreviation telling you to do, well, this. All right, enough of my yammering here. Let's move on to the exercise, the C Crunluath Mach. I have my metronome here set at 85, but set your metronome for a speed that works for you. And we'll start with the first measure here where we've broken it down into quarter notes. For the next one, we're going to start with a C quarter note, come down to the low G. This time, holding that low G out for a beat and a half, the second low G being just half of a beat. We'll head up to the C again, this one being 1 beat again, before doing a beat and a half on the next C, half a beat on the final C, and then up to that nice long E that ends all of our Crunluath Machs. Now we'll snap the G's and the A's instead of pointing them. Now we'll turn all these sounding tones into even eighth notes rather than kind of staggering the rhythms. Then to build the speed up even a little bit more, we're going to now break it down into triplets. Triplet, triplet, E, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. And then finally, the full speed ones, I'm going to turn the metronome off for these because in piobaireachd we're not following a metronome anyway. So yeah, let's play just a couple at something resembling full speed. And I'm not saying mine are perfect, but they are fun to do. And yeah, we could all use perhaps a little bit more time on these slower ones from before. exact same thing we did on C, except we're replacing all of the C's with B's, but everything else is the same. When we get down to D, D's weird. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's get through B first. For D, though, D is weird. I don't know why. I don't think anyone wrote down the reasons they did these things. This is how we do it. So for D, instead of starting on a D, we're going to do a G grace note to a short B, and then do a D throw. Now you can see here, I have the D throws written with that first low G being a 16th note. Why? Because that's tended to be how they're written in piobaireachd. Again, I don't know. Which D throw should you play? That is up to you. I have heard from folks in authority that they should always be heavy D throws. I've also heard from folks in authority they should always be light D throws. I would go with the D throw you prefer, but be consistent. If you're doing light D throws earlier in the tune and you start doing heavy ones here, might sound a bit awkward. Just stay consistent through the tune, or do whichever one your instructor is telling you to do. That always comes first before any of the videos and stuff I'm making here. So it's going to be a G grace note to a B, D throw, and then that open dre, but it does kind of make it a shorter overall ornament to get through, because instead of spelling out the D throw and opening it up, I'm continuing it through this whole exercise to just keep it as a D throw. If you're playing Crunluath Mach, you know how to play D throws, so you can do this. I believe in you. For that last one, you can see I don't have this one written out as a triplet anywhere. The rhythm of this particular one on D did not fit into some sort of triplet rhythm, so I kind of tweaked the exercise down here and have it as 4 16th notes across one beat rather than trying to break it up into 2 groups of 3. And that makes it pretty much full speed when you do it like that. So when you hear these in the wild, they're pretty crazy because, again, the rhythm is flipped. If you've been playing notes that were not en Machs and then followed with a few that are en Mach Crunluaths, well, it would sound something like this. So it kind of goes back and forth between which notes are held, so you end up having a lot of ornamentation either close together, or you have some long notes next to each other. It gives it a bit of variety, makes it pretty fun, and, you know, just cool to listen to. Well, there you go, everybody. Some exercises to get your Crunluath en Machs perfected and under control. So give these a try, and don't let this scary-looking thing, well, scare you anymore. You got this. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you got something out of the video, please think about commenting below with your thoughts, or giving the video a like, and most of all, subscribing to the channel. I want to give a special shout out to the members of my Patreon community. You'll see their names now scrolling up. These are folks that support the channel on a monthly basis. I'd love to add your name to this list. You often get early access to the materials such as this sheet right here, but there's other things you get as well. Go check out the Patreon, and again, thanks to all who support. I also teach Skype and online lessons. Go ahead and head over to www.commandyourbagpipe.com or email me at the address you see right here, and we'll get you going. I'm working with folks from all over the planet, and I hope to work with you soon. I also have a line of Command Your Bagpipe merchandise like this lovely hoodie I'm wearing here, but I also have the Highland Bagpipe ornamentry that has all of the classic bagpipe embellishments from our Kiel Beg or light music in one rather handsome looking graphic here. So go check that out and let the world know that you command your bagpipe. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and again, I'm Matt Willis, and until next time, cheers.